So that's the propolis I just took out of the hive, which they don't need. It's just all the hard tree wax and propolis. Lovely Jamie's going to get some of this lovely wax I got from Nick. Nick from Australian Native Bee. It's stuck.
That would break it either. I'm trying to.
You alright? Let me pause this for a second. Okay, so we'll keep that bit. That'll be for another time. And we'll take this piece and we'll go over here to the native bees. Doodle-doodle-doodle-doo. And I've got all the other bees upset because I moved the other house. And they're all going to go, what's going on?
Where am I putting it?
So you can squeeze it in your fingers a little. You can break it a little bit off. And you can roll it up or you can squeeze it. We can put it into the hive and then the girls will use it for whatever they want to use it for. I'll just stick a little bit there, and I'll put that little bit down onto there. Yep, you can just stick it in the side there if you want. Make sure it sticks on, push it on. This is the only observation hive I've got at the moment. They don't have a lot of materials in here, so I thought it might be nice to give them a little bit of wax. Give it a bit of a squeeze. Warm it up in your hands. Could take one of the other lids off, I guess, but I've got to pull the hive apart. Yep. There you go, you got them on you. Look at that. Cool.
Don't record this. Don't record on them.
Let's put that there. So we can see this is all their wax and propolis. I took a couple of those big hard bits out. And then down in there, you can probably see those little bubble looking things. That's the brood. All these bits of strands of their structure. Alrighty. So we'll put our lid back on. All the girls will hop off the lid. Close it back up. The girls are running around on the inside down there. And whoops. Oh, there's plenty of girls on there. They're all going, this isn't right. This isn't our house. What's going on? So we're going to trick them. So here, you want to hold this for me? You can do the videoing. Oh no, I'll end up on video, won't I? So I'm going to move this, and I'm going to take this roof off this other one. So I'm going to take this one away. I'm going to put this one up here, which was on top. Take this strap off for a sec. And I'm going to put the wrong beehive back. Hopefully I didn't squash anyone. And the bees come back and go in that hive. And that'll give it a boost. And at first they'll probably go, it's the wrong house. Because they should all be going into this one. Because I swapped them around, gives them a boost. You can see them all running around on here, trying to work out. This is probably a slightly different scent on the front. Whereas this is their actual house. So probably in about an hour we'll swap them back again. What will happen is all the bees coming back in, they'll go in here and all the bees in there are going to accept them, and they will take all the food off them and the pollen and whatever they're bringing and resin. and they'll make all new structure in there, and they'll feed their babies. So we can probably leave them there for a little bit. Actually, I'll put their lid back on just to keep the sun off them a little bit. Not that it really matters in winter, because it's probably better for them to have a bit of sun. I don't think it's going to rain at the moment. Actually, I will take it off because it'll be around the wrong way for them. Oops. So as you can see, the bees are coming all back. I might just open the lid and have a look, and they'll probably find there's lots of bees in there now that there wasn't before. Oh, there's bees up in here with pollen on their feet running around on the plastic. It's a little hard to see because of all the propolis they put on, but there's a few bees running around on the plastic. They got pollen on their back legs. And they're checking it out, trying to work out what's going on. Oh, that one got out. That's what happens when you don't stick it back down properly. But hopefully they'll use that wax for whatever they want to use it for that's in there. And they like having a little bit of extra wax because it saves them making the wax, and they can use it as a part of their structure and everything. And they're drawn to the light. That's why they're coming up here on the plastic, because the sunlight's there and it draws them up to the top. Same as honeybees. If you have like a flow hive and you open the windows in the side, you see all the bees go to the hive, to the windows. Oh, there's another one with pollen just dropped down underneath. There's another one there flying with pollen. There's another one there with yellow pollen. There's yellow pollen and white pollen. There was one with red pollen earlier. There was white pollen going into one of the hives. They're all super busy. They're probably trying to work out why the house is a little different, because what they don't realise is I've swapped it. I'll close that back up again, put them in the dark, because they like to work in the dark. It's not getting blurry there, is it? You can still see them. Not blurry on the picture. Keeping it horizontal, because if you go vertical it'll bugger up the video. Hang on a second. Yeah, so if you want to go in close but keep it horizontal, then you can see all the bees going in. Yeah, they got yellow pollen on their back legs there, and whitish looking pollen on a few of them. They're just so cool. Some of them are wandering back out going, this isn't our house. And they're flying back out trying to work out where their house is. Eventually they'll go in. You can do the same thing with honeybees. You can move them around. That's how I do it when I split them. I move the main hive to a new place and put the new hive where the old one was, and then the bees returning go to the new hive and help give it a boost. After 2 weeks or so, the bees that have been out foraging usually pass away anyway, because all your bees that are out flying are the oldest bees. The young bees always stay in the hive. They're in the hive for anywhere up to a month, sometimes a bit longer. In winter, definitely longer. In summer, they're not in there as long. Summer bees probably only last about 6 weeks, maximum. But they can last for 3 months in winter, because they fatten up and they live in the hive. And it's only the older bees that go out, fly and bring food back. 90% of the time, once they fly out, they don't always come back. So what you do get coming back is not that much, that often really, when you think about it. Cool little bees. Fascinating bee turtle. Have a look and see what's going on. See if they bite me like they normally do. Oh, there's some bees coming out. Oh, that's not working real well. It's pulling all the inside out. Oh well. Oh wow. Well, there is some honey in there, hey? Hey, you want to go in there and have a quick look? Now that's the top of the involucrum, which is what covers the brood. It's obviously some brood eggs there. It's all pollen, honey's leaking out of there. And there's all the brood. Kind of made a mess of this, haven't I? Getting in under my armpits, I know that. Honey stores has got no honey in it. Oh yes it has. Oh look at that. There's a little bit of honey there. Some royal jelly in there too. Wow. Don't know about you, but I'm getting bees on me. You want me to harvest some honey? There's not much there.
You could.
I don't know if I should.
It's up to you.
I think there's enough there to leave for them.
Alright.
So that's all there, honey. What we might do is put all this back together. That actually sits on top of that. So we put that back in there. So that's how that should have stayed. On there. Under my ears and under my armpits. Hey, that's my armpit. Get out. Ooh, nasty little thing. Whitings. Okay, get off. I'll leave that there. We might take this bit and we might drain that into a container. Okay. Yep. It's on your recording?
Yeah.
You sure? Okay, come over this way. Now, if you have a look here, it almost looks like candied honey, but I think it's the bees sort of like a royal jelly type thing. So if I pour this out here for starters, if I pop some of these, this is how you get all the honey out. Now, I'm not taking all of it. You okay? I'm getting bees all over me, just so you know. They'll fix all this up when we put it all back together. It'll take them a little while, but they will end up fixing it. You see the honey running in there? This is why you don't get a lot of honey from native bees. They don't produce a lot. Can you please hop off my arm? You're biting me. I'm not enjoying it. You eventually end up at a point where this will all stop dripping. Oh, straight in the ear. Now, like I said, I'm not sure. I think that might be some sort of royal jelly or something. I did have somebody say that once on one of my videos. But I didn't know that native bees produce royal jelly. It looks like candied honey, which I reckon actually come from the honeybees, and they've stolen it. Which wouldn't surprise me at all. So I'll just sit that there for a moment, if it'll stay. Let that drip. And I'm going to get something to wipe that with. You just keep watching all that and I'll be back. Excuse me, Pusscat. Are we recording?
Yeah.
Okay, let's go this way and we'll put it back together and I'll show you what I'm going to do. So I'm going to wipe all the honey off so we don't get pests. We've got some warm water in a bucket. Oh, sorry, I forget you're a bit slower than I am. I'll just slow down for you because you're very slow. Come on. Hopefully there's no honeybees over here. Alrighty. So, our warm water. I'm just wiping down all the edges where the honey was so it doesn't get spilt. And what we don't want is the honey on the outside of the beehive. Because if the honey's on the outside of the beehive, it'll attract pests. So, put this back together. I might put this around the other way. Just make it a bit easier for them. Come on girls, out of the way, I don't want squishes. Come on, move. That's the way. There we go. Put this back onto here. Oh, squeeze it back on there now. See there's honey spilt here. I'll just get this honey off. Here. So, you can probably see I've got honey leaking out here. Must have been a bit close to the edge. One down that side. Like the bees will do is I'll seal all that up on the inside now. Where we made that mess. All that excess honey. Put the little roof back on. So get all these bees off me. Alright. I might go and have a look at how much honey we got, which won't be very much, but it'll be something. Ah! My beard! Get off my beard! I don't want to let go. I'll get a little container to put that in. Filming? Assume you're filming. Look at that huge honey container. What do you reckon? How do you reckon this is going to go? I've already dripped in this. Yep, too much. Hey, look at me, I made a mess. Maybe I should have got a tea strainer. It's a bit runnier than normal honey, isn't it? Oh, might be too much for this container. Yeah, if anyone can mess it up, I can. Okay. Guess what? Still got bees all over me. I made a mess of that. Oh, it's kind of tangy. You want to try some? Just a little drip on there. A little drip on the bottom. Try that. It's tangy, isn't it?
It's alright.
Yeah, but it's not like normal honey.
I didn't eat your honey. Go away.
Okay, if you pause that, I'll see if I can find another container. Oh, don't get that. Look at that lovely honey. Alright, I need to get that off there with something. Where's my little wet cloth? Wipe all this honey off here. We don't want it contaminated or anything. So it's one little container. Now, just pause it for a minute, bud. See if I can spatula up some of this honey. Because I don't want to waste any of this honey off here. Don't want that bee on there either. Fly, bee. Oh, it runs pretty runnily. That into there. And I haven't got as much of a mess, have I? And that's all nice and clean, which is good. Put that there for stay. Oh, sorry, bee. Fly and be a bee. Put you back in your hive later. Right. End up with, look at that, I've got a bee on me. Do you see my bee? Don't you go under my shirt. Hey. Hello, my little bee. How are we, my little bee? Look at you go, like a race car. Oh, where'd he go? Oh, there it is. Ah, oh, it's gone. Alright. rest of this into here. Ooh, slimy. As you can see, I'm going to make a mess. There's a bee flying under my armpit. That chunk of royal jelly just fell in there too. Yep, dribbling everywhere again. Stay there. Off my arm. Thank you. Scrape all this down. I'm pretty sure that's candied honey. The bees have stolen it out of my bee hive, out of my honeybee hive. Because they wouldn't be storing anything else up in with the honey. Some little chunks of candied honey. What are you doing? You're chewing on my thumb. Doing the rounds. There's a bee on my hand. Well, not a lot there. There's a little bit of honey. I'll put it with that. Not much, but it's alright for a sample. So I say I don't collect honey very often from my bees. They don't produce very much. It's more for them, but occasionally we get a little bit. It's not much. Very cool. And it's tangy. Oh, I'm going to go clean all this up and I think we're done.